One of the greatest mysteries in world history is the enigma of ancient cities lost to time. These cities, once vibrant centers of life and wealth, vanished or were forgotten in an instant. Each one is filled with secrets and legends from the depths of history. In this video, we'll uncover 6 magnificent lost cities hidden behind the veils of the past. Each city will take us on a captivating journey to discover its unique place and significance in history. Get ready, because in this video, we'll bring to light some of the greatest mysteries and legends of the ancient world. Heraklion, the sunken Egyptian city. A treasure hidden in the depths of the sea for centuries. Egypt's lost city of Heraklion stands as a legend sleeping underwater, at the intersection of myth and history. Once one of the most important trade and cultural centers of the Mediterranean, this captivating city was discovered by underwater archaeologists in 2000, revealing a secret buried deep in history. Filled with statues, temples, and shipwrecks, this sunken city brings the grandeur of ancient Egypt to light. But why and how did Heraklion become submerged beneath the waters? Heraklion is an ancient Egyptian city that lay forgotten beneath the sea for centuries, and its discovery has made a significant impact in the world of archaeology. Located on the northern coast of Egypt, in the western part of the Nile Delta, this city was submerged underwater in the 2nd century BC in the Abu Qir Bay, east of Alexandria. The city was also known as Thonis during that time and was recognized by the Greeks as Heraklion. Heraklion was a crucial center for Egyptian and Mediterranean trade, playing a vital role as a port city where ships arriving in Egypt were monitored. In 2000, underwater archaeologist Frank Gaudio and his team conducted underwater explorations that led to the discovery of Heraklion's ruins. The city, thought to have been lost for centuries, was found remarkably well preserved underwater. Statues, temples, inscriptions, ships, coins, and other artifacts revealed the cultural and commercial wealth of ancient Egypt. Heraklion served as a major trade and religious center due to its strategic location on Egypt's northern coast. The city housed a significant temple dedicated to the god Amun, which reflected both Greek and Egyptian cultural influences. All trade ships arriving in Egypt had to dock and be taxed here, contributing to the city's considerable economic prosperity. The submersion of Heraklion is linked to both natural disasters and geological events. Studies show that the ground beneath the city gradually softened and collapsed over time, a process accelerated by earthquakes and tsunamis. This process, which began in the 2nd century BC, led to the city being submerged. The discovery of Heraklion has provided a treasure trove of information about Egypt's role in the Mediterranean during antiquity, and its importance in maritime trade. Being submerged has allowed many structures and artworks to remain almost intact to this day. Among the most remarkable finds from the underwater excavations are bronze and stone statues, temple remnants, and gold and silver coins. Well-preserved shipwrecks also offer significant insights into the maritime and trading practices of the time. Though submerged, Heraklion's discovery has shed light on a lost piece of ancient Egypt and has made substantial contributions to modern archaeology. El Dorado, the Golden City. The legend of El Dorado is based on the belief in a city made entirely of gold deep within South America. This golden city gained fame through the quests initiated by Spanish explorers in the 16th century and achieved legendary status in the Western world. El Dorado is said to symbolize a civilization with incredible wealth believed to exist in South America. The name El Dorado actually means the Golden Man, and originally referred not to a city, but to a ritual performed by the Muisca people. In this ritual, the Muisca king would cover himself in gold dust and perform a purification ceremony in Lake Guatavita. As the king bathed in the lake, his people would offer gold and jewels to the waters. When the Spanish learned of this ritual, the legend of El Dorado transformed from being a person to being a city filled with gold. The belief in El Dorado strengthened after Spanish conquistadors Francisco Pizarro and Hernán Cortés reached great gold treasures in Peru and Mexico. Explorers like Sir Walter Raleigh set out to find this golden city in the Amazon rainforest and around the Orinoco River. However, these searches consistently ended in failure, and many explorers lost their lives in the quest. Although the legendary city was never found, archaeologists and historians suggest that El Dorado was actually a symbolic representation of South America's indigenous civilizations. The Muisca, Inca, and Aztec civilizations are known for their advanced gold craftsmanship. Some theories argue that El Dorado was not a city, but an exaggerated depiction of the wealth and rituals of these civilizations. Many explorers who set out on the quest for El Dorado faced harsh conditions and encountered disappointment. While archaeological digs around Lake Guatavita and its surroundings have confirmed the Muisca's gold offering rituals, no golden city, as described in the legend, has been found. Over time, El Dorado has become a symbol of a lost civilization and has appeared in numerous literary works and artworks. Today, the El Dorado legend continues to be a symbol not only of the search for a golden city, but also of the human desire for unknown and extraordinary wealth. Additionally, the myth represents the rich cultural heritage of South America and the creative richness of its indigenous peoples. Even though the existence of El Dorado remains undiscovered, the legend persists as a captivating symbol of exploration and adventure that continues to allure adventurers and explorers throughout history. Atlantis, the legendary lost continent. One of the most fascinating and mysterious lost cities of the ancient world, Atlantis has continued to captivate people for thousands of years. Atlantis was first mentioned by the Greek philosopher Plato around 360 BC in his works Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was a great maritime civilization. Its people were wise, powerful, and wealthy. According to the legend of Atlantis, the city was founded by the sea god Poseidon. Poseidon established a mountain at the center of Atlantis and lived there with a mortal woman named Cleito. The 10 children born from this union became the kings of Atlantis, and over time, the city evolved into a great civilization. According to Plato's descriptions, Atlantis had a complex city plan. The city consisted of concentric rings of land expanding around a central mountain. The city had interlocking canals and roads arranged in a pattern that spread from the city center to the outer ring. At the center was a grand temple and palace dedicated to Poseidon. The palace was adorned with gold, silver, and precious stones. Atlantis was highly advanced in technology and science. According to Plato, the people of Atlantis possessed advanced engineering skills and could build various mechanical devices and structures. The scientific knowledge of Atlantis was far ahead of other civilizations. The people of Atlantis had amassed great knowledge by carefully studying natural phenomena and the heavens. Experiencing a legendary golden age, Atlantis thrived in peace and abundance. The city's palaces, temples, and enormous ports, adorned with gold and silver, made it one of the richest civilizations on Earth. The people of Atlantis had advanced so much in technology, science, and art that other kingdoms admired and feared them. According to Plato's account, the people of Atlantis were blessed by the gods, having every opportunity nature could offer. However, over time, this civilization became morally corrupt and began to show disrespect toward the gods. The greatest cause of Atlantis's downfall was pride. The people of Atlantis began to be arrogant toward the gods with the power they possessed. This led to the wrath of the gods. Zeus, unable to tolerate Atlantis's arrogant attitude any longer, decided to teach them a lesson. According to Plato's account, Atlantis was destroyed overnight by great earthquakes and floods. This city, annihilated by the gods, was submerged into the depths of the sea and was never found again. Plato indicates that Atlantis was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the Strait of Gibraltar, meaning it was in the Atlantic Ocean. However, many theories have been developed about the location of Atlantis. One of the most popular theories is that Atlantis might actually be Santorini Island or the Minoan civilization in Crete. The large volcanic eruption on Santorini in the 1600s BC could have destroyed the Minoan civilization and might have inspired the Atlantis legend. Some researchers suggest that Atlantis could be in the Atlantic Ocean or in regions like the Caribbean. The idea that Atlantis may be connected to the Minoan civilization is one of the strongest theories. The Minoans were an advanced maritime civilization, and they were wealthy as described by Plato. The massive volcanic eruption on Santorini, ancient Thera, supports the story of Atlantis sinking into the sea overnight. The eruption might have caused a giant tsunami and brought an end to the Minoan civilization in Crete. Whether Atlantis really existed remains a major topic of debate. Some historians and archaeologists view the details Plato provided about Atlantis as a philosophical allegory. Plato may have used Atlantis as a moral lesson about how an ideal society can become corrupt. Atlantis serves as a warning about how humanity can become arrogant with power and wealth, and how this can lead to its downfall. In modern times, many scientific studies have been conducted to find the location of Atlantis. Techniques such as sonar scanning, underwater mapping, and archaeological excavations are used to search for traces in the depths of the sea. Research in southern Spain and the Bahamas aims to find clues about Atlantis. However, no definitive evidence of Atlantis has been found to date. Atlantis has had a significant cultural impact not only in ancient times but also in modern times. Since the Renaissance, Atlantis has become one of the most inspiring topics in art and literature. Thomas More's Utopia and Jules Verne's adventurous stories drew inspiration from the allure of Atlantis. Atlantis continues to be featured in modern works, from films to video games. Disney's Atlantis: The Lost Empire is one of the modern portrayals of this lost civilization. Atlantis has deeper symbolic meanings beyond just being a city. Although Plato initially depicted the people of Atlantis as virtuous and just, he narrates how they became corrupt over time due to wealth and power. Atlantis symbolizes how humanity can become arrogant upon achieving success, and how nature balances this arrogance. In this way, Atlantis serves as a universal warning about how civilizations can bring about their own destruction. Petra, the hidden city in the rocks. Petra is an ancient city in Jordan, renowned for its impressive rock-carved structures and rich history. Established by the Nabateans in the 4th century BC, this city was strategically located at the crossroads of trade routes. Petra achieved great wealth and prosperity through the trade of valuable goods such as spices, silk, and incense. Its position along these trade routes made Petra a significant commercial hub between the Mediterranean, the Arabian Peninsula, and Mesopotamia. Petra is especially famous for its rock-cut tombs, temples, and monumental structures. The city's most well-known building is Al-Kazne, the Treasury, a massive temple carved into the rock. This structure is located at the entrance to Petra and showcases the engineering skills of the Nabateans. All the buildings are carved into sandstone cliffs, adorned with intricate decorations and carving techniques. The stone craftsmanship in Petra's structures is considered one of the most advanced architectural achievements of the ancient world. Another fascinating feature of Petra is its sophisticated water management system. Despite being located in the desert, the Nabateans developed a complex system of channels and cisterns to direct and store water. This system provided sufficient water for the city and enabled agriculture. This water management system, which made survival in the desert possible, turned Petra into not only a trade center, but also a productive settlement. Petra remained hidden from view for a long time and was rediscovered by the Western world in the 19th century. In 1812, Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt introduced Petra to the West. Since then, Petra has garnered attention for its historical and cultural significance and has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While the Nabateans wielded great power by controlling the trade routes, Petra's importance began to decline with the expansion of the Roman Empire and the changes in trade routes. The city was conquered by the Romans in AD 106 and was gradually abandoned. Earthquakes and other natural disasters accelerated Petra's decline. For centuries, Petra remained abandoned, a mysterious ancient city waiting to be discovered by Western explorers. Today, Petra is considered one of Jordan's major tourist attractions. Millions of tourists visit Petra each year to see the city hidden within the rocks. Petra's architectural wonders, water engineering, and the cultural richness of the Nabateans have made this ancient city a global icon. Machu Picchu, the Lost City. Machu Picchu is a world-famous ancient city located atop the Andes Mountains in Peru. built by the Inca Empire in the 15th century. Known as the Lost City Above the Clouds, Machu Picchu remained hidden from the world for a long time and was not discovered by modern society until the early 20th century. When American explorer Hiram Bingham rediscovered this unique city in 1911, it gained great archaeological and cultural significance. One of the greatest mysteries of Machu Picchu is why the Inca people abandoned the city. During the Spanish conquest of South America, the city was deserted for unknown reasons. Although the Inca capital, Cusco, was captured by the Spanish, Machu Picchu was strategically located in an isolated region and was never discovered by the invaders. While the exact reason for its abandonment remains unclear, it is believed that it could have been due to diseases, wars, or political reasons. Machu Picchu draws attention not only for its location, but also for the impressive city that Inca engineers were able to construct in such a high-altitude area. The Incas, highly skilled in stonework, fit massive stone blocks perfectly together without using any mortar. This technique made the structures resistant to the frequent earthquakes in the region. The structures in Machu Picchu are fascinating not only for their aesthetics, but also for their astronomical alignments. The Intihuatana stone, one of the city's most well-known features, reflects the Incas' knowledge of astronomy. This stone was used to track the movements of the sun and played a crucial role in observing seasonal changes. As the Inca society was agrarian, the agricultural terraces and advanced water management systems are also considered great engineering achievements. Today, Machu Picchu is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attracts tourists from all over the world. This dazzling city of the Inca civilization remains a unique archaeological site, still carrying unanswered questions about its history. Machu Picchu is regarded as one of the most important symbols showcasing the Incas' engineering genius, agricultural wisdom, and interest in astronomy. The city's position above the clouds, its structures that blend with nature, and its unresolved mysteries continue to make Machu Picchu one of the most captivating ancient cities in the world. Troy, the city, where legend became reality. Troy is an ancient city known from Homer's famous epic, the Iliad, which recounts the Trojan War. In Greek mythology, this legendary conflict begins with Paris's abduction of Helen, the Queen of Sparta, leading to a decade-long war that eventually ends with the cunning of the Trojan horse. For many years, the existence of Troy as a real city was debated. Until the 19th century, Troy was regarded merely as a myth. However, Heinrich Schliemann uncovered the ruins of this city through excavations in modern-day Çanakkale, Turkey. Beginning in the 1870s, these excavations revealed that Troy was much more than a legendary city. Based on archaeological evidence, Schliemann argued that Troy was indeed a real city existing in the 13th century BC. Archaeologists have identified 9 different layers of settlement in Troy. Each layer shows traces of cities rebuilt at different times. It is believed that Troy 7, a particular period, corresponds to the time referenced in Homer's Trojan War. During this period, the city was fortified with walls, and traces of warfare have been found in the ruins. The historicity of the Trojan War remains a topic of debate. Homer's Iliad is a mythological epic, making it challenging to determine the historical accuracy of the events. However, some archaeologists and historians suggest that the Trojan War may be a compilation of smaller conflicts that occurred in the Aegean region in the 12th or 13th centuries BC. Theories propose that a conflict between the Mycenaean civilization and the Trojans could have formed the basis of this legend. Troy was not only a site of warfare, but also an important trade center between Mediterranean and Anatolian civilizations. Its strategic position on the straits made it significant both culturally and economically. The repeated destructions and reconstructions of Troy indicate that this region was a continuous settlement throughout history. Due to its contribution to world history and cultural significance, Troy has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The discovery of Troy has revived interest in the ancient world and highlighted the importance of archaeological research. Homer's epics have immortalized Troy in both literature and history, inspiring numerous artworks and studies. Today, the ruins of Troy in Çanakkale continue to attract visitors seeking both historical and legendary insights. lost cities of the ancient world are captivating places where history and mythology intersect. These cities, once the centers of great civilizations, are now shrouded in mystery and await discovery. Each city provides us with an opportunity to journey into the depths of the past and helps us understand the rise and fall of ancient civilizations. The mysteries of these cities have continued to captivate explorers and historians for centuries, and future discoveries may further illuminate these secrets.